If well managed and sustained, Nigeria, I have no doubt, has the potential to become a global powerhouse through agro-industrialization. No region of the world has moved to industrial economy status without passing through the transformation of the agricultural sector.
Even when we get growth back on track, we must ensure that growth is inclusive and that it touches the lives of millions of Nigerians in rural areas who depend on agriculture as a source of their livelihoods.
Government needs to get involved in skill training and education, and here I'm thinking particularly of skill training and education in the agricultural area.
L'Europe est évidemment très intéressée à contribuer à tous ces débats sur le développement de l'économie africaine.
Industrialization has to be agri-based industrialization. So that is very fact. It is central, and in that sense, as the saying goes, if agriculture sneezes, the rest of the economy catches cold.
Packaging. It's about moving beyond what you all say value addition. And it's moving to what I see as value growth. Because it's not just about putting tomato paste into, making tomatoes into tomato paste. It's about putting it properly in the right packaging, branding properly, and selling it, both domestically and globally. The packaged food industry globally is a $2.4 trillion industry. If Africa was to capture just even 1% of that, that's $24 billion.
The issue of infrastructure, both hard and soft infrastructure, we have serious infrastructure deficit. So we want to invest in public goods through government, and of course, soft infrastructure like ICT and other through the private sector.
When we talk about building a resilient and sustainable agriculture in Africa, building sustainable agriculture starts with sustainable natural resources.
It is rare that there's a single limiting factor. If there was a single limiting factor to improving the productivity of rice farmers in Nigeria, I can assure you Minister Adesina would have taking care of that constraint in the stroke of a pen, and a year later we would have seen doubling, tripling of rice productivity.
The issue of feeding Africa is a very important one because what each country has to do is to get food security. Yeah, every country looks for food security.
Most African countries will be middle income. And by 2050, all of them will be middle income countries. And this is the dynamic level of threshold of middle income. It's not the one from this year. And there's going to be a lot of income in a lot of pockets of hundreds of millions of people asking for food.
And in us in COMESA, we look at agriculture, both from the government side and the private sector side, as the only industry that addresses human capital needs of food, healthy, economics, and also social needs.
Government land also government land is provided for free with the appropriate infrastructure in place.
Je disais tout à l'heure que nous avons un continent qui est en train qui a cru sur le plan économique à 5% en moyenne annuelle depuis 15 ans. Mais c'est comme un avion, un gros porteur qui vole sans utiliser sa machine principale qui est l'agriculture.
Nigeria has an agricultural policy that not just looks at production, but also looks at welfare.
I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that the conditional grant scheme has been a success in South Africa.
When you observe an economic variable and then it is losing steam, you have to go beyond the economics and look at the political economy, as Ayo said it.
1 out of 3 African countries has achieved medium and high human development.
Policies, it's very difficult to narrow inequality. So in South Africa, you have strong institutions, but there is no capacity to manage that strong institutions.
See the linkage between agriculture and the non-agricultural production. So it's very important somehow to trigger the growth engine, and then we see the spillover effects to the other sectors of the economy.
Nigeria has the Nilsa, Ghana has the Gilsa, so Liberia we're going to have the Lilsa.
This is just the beginning. There are great opportunities in agriculture for the youth, for the women, for everybody. I believe that agriculture is going to generate so much income and opportunities in the country that will support growth in other sectors and development in other sectors.
This conference is very important for us to understand the blockages and how to unblock the blockages so that we can start benefiting from those products that we have or sector that we have comparative advantage in. Agro-allied industrialization is a systematic process that must be built consistently into the national development framework with measurable targets.
I think Africa has huge potentials. It's abundant land, it's a huge potential, not only feed itself, but also provide enough food for the rest of the world.
This is the first time we have decision makers at the highest level deliberate on the most important development agenda with practical policy implementation strategies. The first day we had prominent leaders of Nigeria, the Vice President, the Minister of Agriculture, and also the heads of our institutions who organized this conference gave a very detailed case for transforming African agriculture.